Nicki locked up, they won't let her out. They won't let her out. Nicki locked up, won't let her out. Won't let her out. Let me stop. They let her out.
Yeah, 6 hours. It's more than me. I mean, less than me, so she good.
Yeah. Hello again, and welcome back to another episode of The Petty Headquarters. I'm your host, Tiana Locke, and this is
Jessie Strange.
And today we have some crazy topics for you. Very tiring and exhausting topics, in my opinion. But we're going to talk about it because this is just what we do here at The Petty Headquarters. So just get ready, grab your snacks, and just, get ready for your dose of mess. All right, so I guess with everything going on, I'm just trying to figure out how in the world did Nicki Minaj get locked up before Diddy?
No, for real.
Like, how you get locked up before Diddy?
Yeah.
Like, even if she got out a few hours or whatever, how you get locked up before Diddy? Like, that is the question for real.
No, that really is the question.
That is really a valid question. Because they talking about, oh, you trying to take out soft drugs. Meanwhile, all this shit Diddy been doing,
right?
Probably still doing, evil ass man. But you getting locked up before Diddy is insane to me. It's insane work.
You know, it's funny. It's the fact that she got locked up for quote unquote soft drugs.
Right? Like, what does that even mean?
So, for those of you who don't know, Nicki Minaj on May 25th, was it? That she got arrested in the Netherlands.
She did, yeah.
Did I say
Dutch
that right?
capital?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got arrested and she went on live and actually went out and posted parts of it. And I gotta say something. The lives cracked me the fuck up.
So, like she said, she was arrested on May 25th for allegedly trying to leave out with fucking soft drugs or whatever the case is, right? So a spokesman from the Netherlands military police who deals with all of the airport incidents basically told Sky News that Minaj's arrest was a quote-unquote normal procedure when somebody is trying to pass the border control with drugs in their luggage.
Yeah, so it was pre-rolls that they found in her bag, and obviously she wasn't going to claim it, and she blamed the security, and I'm sure she told the security, that's their job, right? They're going to take the hit and she'll take care of them.
Right.
That's usually what it is. So it's her security, right, quote unquote. But I just think it's funny because a lot of people are saying like, oh, it's the Netherlands, right? Whatever, right? The Netherlands. In Amsterdam, they say it's legal. It's legal to smoke weed and buy weed there. So people are under the impression that you can just, bring whatever amount, but there's just like this misconception that it's legal when it's not. It's only legal for personal use or whatever, and it depends on
like
how much.
Medical use.
Right. It's like it's the same like here. Only
right.
A certain amount. Then if there's more than a certain amount, you get arrested or whatever.
Right.
But it was just funny because the live really cracked me up because it's interesting, right? When you look at the entitlement and the freedom in America, right? How people like you said Diddy, right? How did Diddy get away with it? Because it was in America. Right, we don't know what he's been doing outside of the borders, and obviously the power comes into play. But let's just take all those other factors out, and really get down to just the privilege and the rights we have in America. Right, if she was in America, her status, her fame would have gotten her probably like she said she wanted her lawyer, she wanted her people or whatever. She probably would have had that a lot quicker. But because you're somewhere far away, not in America,
right.
I can imagine being a superstar,
right,
and then having all this privilege
and used to it,
right. And now you in the Netherlands getting treated
like a nobody,
some regular
like
ass
a
bitch.
regular person. And I feel like that's really what it was for her.
No, it cracked
she
me
was
up.
like, I wasn't treated like a human being. No. And I'm just like,
it was so funny when we play the live. There is a part where they fucking close the door on this girl. Just picture Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj They slamming the door like she a dog, bro.
No,
they
for
really
real.
like they had cops on her.
Yeah, and I think that's really where the energy, where she said I wasn't treated like a human being. I'm pretty sure that's where that comes from.
Yes, Nikki. People who are not famous in America don't get treated like a human being in jail. Just FYI, okay? Because that's regular.
So this was the live before they arrested her, I guess, in that moment where she was just not sure what was going on, to the point where they had to tell her, yeah, you're under arrest. So here it is.
Where am I going? I have no idea where I'm going.
You have to go to the police station.
What address is that?
It's 5 minutes away. It's 5 minutes away.
What's the address of the police precinct?
When you will get your next show, we have to do it very fast. And we will help, but...
You're talking about my show?
Yes.
What about it?
Yeah. We talk...
That they will help to try to get you there.
They'll help to try to get me to my
Yes.
show?
Can we pause that for a second? Do you realize, right, that they know who they're arresting? Okay, I just want to paint the picture here. They know exactly who they're arresting. And I'm sure that hurt her ego even more, because she's like, oh, so my show, you know my show? Okay, you still gonna arrest me?
Yeah,
You still gonna arrest me?
That's true.
Yeah. All right, we can continue.
So you
How?
get them out very quickly.
to do it as soon as possible. But we can...
What am I doing? What am I doing? I
You
never
are
gave
under
anyone
arrest.
so I'm under arrest.
Yes.
But
Yes.
under arrest for what?
Okay. Stop filming now.
I'm under arrest for what?
Okay.
Do you
Stop
know what
filming
happened
now.
when I came
you
here?
have to go inside.
Huh? What you said?
Can you please stop filming and just step in the car first?
No, I need a lawyer, because I don't know where I'm going.
You will get a lawyer at the office. You can contact the lawyer, but if you just step in the car, then it will go as fast as possible.
And who's going in this vehicle?
So please step
He
in
will
the car.
go with you.
Yo,
Yo.
you know she was mad.
So that is, her showcasing the arrest on the live. I guess my biggest thing was that she did do another live where she was talking to this other person, I guess in charge. I don't know who this person was.
The guy with the red tie.
Yeah, who was that?
I don't know.
I don't know who that
I
is.
just know he had a red tie.
But in that live specifically, the guy did mention how they weren't gonna search her until they decided to search her after she recorded them, which to me sounds a little sus. Like, if you weren't gonna search her bags, okay, but then now you pull her back, like, oh, now we're gonna search her bags because you were filming. It just sounds like they were being petty. So I don't know. You let me know what you think from that live and what he says.
What did they say?
Second,
Tell me again.
the police officer told me we have to offload all the luggage
Okay.
and to search everything
Okay.
of your luggage. I'm so sorry to say that.
But isn't that what you planned on doing from the get-go? Why didn't you guys search it before it went on the plane?
They did just a random quick check, but now they want to open
Why?
it. And first of all, because you filmed him, and he was like,
Because I
little
filmed
bit-
him.
yeah, he was like, he doesn't believe that you don't have more with you than you say.
No, he asked me, do I have any more in those purses? And I said no. And I
Yeah.
asked him, where are my bags? They took my bags and put it on the plane before I could know what bags are on the plane.
I see.
Yeah. So,
I'm so sorry for that.
okay, of course.
Yeah. I cannot. Yo, Nikki wants to curse them the fuck out. Okay, of course. Yo,
Literally.
she died.
But I
bro.
guess that for me was just a little weird, considering how they weren't gonna do a full search. They decided to ask some questions, do a quick search, and then that was it. But because she was filming, he didn't like that. Now he decided to go open up and do a full search. It just makes me feel like the officers were being a little petty.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have to take what we see online with kind of like a grain of salt, because
Mhm.
at the end of the day, right, you don't know if the officer, first of all, number one thing, language barrier. So I think like, okay, maybe we don't know how he meant it, right? So maybe there was like, maybe his choice of words weren't as
No, he
accurate.
literally said because you filmed him and he didn't like that.
But it sounds like he doesn't really know English. Like he knows English. Like he speaks, he communicates, but you could tell that.
Right,
but
even when Nicki reiterated, was like, because I filmed him. Why? Because I filmed him. That was why. She said why, and he specifically said because you filmed him.
But we also know Nicki, right? So we know she's very antagonizing.
Of course, we know that she's antagonizing, but that doesn't exempt the fact that maybe there could potentially be an officer that's being petty. I think, yes, Nicki is problematic. We know this. And at the end of the day,
and they know who she was.
Right. And at the end of the day, she walks around with this entitled attitude as if she can't be touched, which is why you see the reaction that we got from her actually being arrested. She couldn't believe she was being arrested, right? But that doesn't take away from the fact that maybe there were some petty actions on the police officer's part.
It's interesting that you say that because Ari Lennox had gone to that same airport and was actually bothered by the police there too. I think a couple months prior to that.
For what?
So this took place in 2021. So it was actually a couple years ago. R&B singer Ari Lennox arrested in Amsterdam after accusing airline staff of social discrimination. Dutch police say Lennox was arrested for disturbing public order while being under the influence of alcohol. So, I mean, like, look, take it for what you will, right? There is such thing as being a public nuisance when under the thing of alcohol. And that was a couple years ago. So, I don't know. People saying like, oh, seems like a thing with the
black. That sounds a little sus. That sounds a little sus to me.
And then Nicki went on to call it a racist thing.
She calls everything racist.
Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you can use it for what it is. Not like it just happened a couple months ago. I thought it did. I feel like if it happened a couple months ago, it would be a thing. But this happened 3 years ago with Ari Lennox. So,
I mean, no, it doesn't. I don't think the time matters. I think the fact that it's Amsterdam again, I think that is one of the things where it's like, okay, I'm sorry, being arrested because. Okay,
you're right.
Weird. That's a little sus. That's a little sus. No, it's okay. This is about Nicki Minaj's arrest today. Like, I feel like that's a little sus. Where it's like, okay, and you were in the same place where Nicki Minaj is, and it's just to me. Yes, we know that Nicki Minaj is problematic, and two, she probably did, probably was hers at the end of the day, right? And she just thinks she's Nicki Minaj, and she's just gonna get a slap on the wrist, and whatever. However, I do feel that there was some weird, like, petty, unspoken of subconscious energy towards her, because it just, to me, why are you doing a full search because she was filming? It feels like you wanted to be petty,
right? And they also knew who she was.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like. I don't know. To me, it feels sus.
There was intention.
Yeah, I feel like there was intention to arrest her because it's just...
Or to search her.
Or to search or just to do extra. It does feel like racial profiling.
A little
like
bit.
Stop and frisk type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really like that. Like, yes, Nicki Minaj is who she is. And yeah, she should not have been fucking carrying drugs, especially when... you're going to a different country
100%.
Where their rules are different. This is not America. This is not the US. And I feel like a lot of these celebrities need to learn that.
Yes.
Like, what's her name? The basketball player?
I don't really know.
Brittany Griner or some shit like that?
Something like that.
And she was caught with weed and like they really...
It wasn't even weed. It was a vape, I think. But it had THC in it.
Right. And it was like this whole thing that she had to go through where they had to do so much just to get her back here.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, I get it. This is exactly why Burna Boy turned down performing in Dubai. Burna Boy actually ended up turning down $5 million because weed is not legal in Dubai.
Yeah.
And he was like, if that's the case, I'm not going to go. Like, I'm always smoking. Mm-hmm. So he really made that conscious decision to turn down $5 million.
And it sucks for again, that's Burna Boy, right? Like, Nicki Minaj is an international superstar.
But what I'm saying is, it's a different country.
I hear you. No, right. I agree. And it's just like, you just buy the weed over there, bro. Like, you can buy marijuana in the Netherlands. Like, in Amsterdam, it's illegal there to buy it. But smoking it there and buying it in the country you're in is different than smuggling, even in joints. Like, obviously, she's not drug dealing or anything like that. But again, this is that shit that I have a friend who has traveled the world, and when we first met, it was like an Instagram friend. When we first met, she's from Australia and a whole nother part of the world. And we were just chatting, trying to, learn each other's cultures and how to say certain things. And I remember one fucking thing that really like blew my mind. And she was like, yeah, we hate Americans. I'm like, what the fuck you mean you hate Americans, right? Like, what? And she's like, yeah, we think you guys are drunk and stupid. And she's like, yeah, no, the whole world thinks y'all are drunk and stupid. And I'm like, wow, that's a great way to describe us, because we are fucking drunk, stupid, and entitled for sure.
Yeah, and I feel like, I don't know, like maybe there was a little bit of that energy that they were already kind of expecting. So they went in with intention to just, because anytime, I don't know, it's true. I feel like people that live in the US or live in America think that the world revolves around them. But it's like when you visit other countries, shit is not sweet over there as it is over here. So it's like, when are y'all gonna learn that when you go to another country, you, at the end of the day, I don't care what your beliefs are, you just have to respect the other country's rules, the other country's laws and culture. If you don't respect it, then don't go.
I was just gonna say, or don't go.
Yeah.
Period.
It's that simple. Like, I feel like you guys, like, a lot of us were just too fucking Americanized and Westernized and think that, oh, I can't believe this, because we live in a democracy, right? We live in a democracy. Everything is a fucking democracy. But when you go to other places, it is not like that.
No, for real. And even like the little things that we take for granted as rights, like literally, like us having a job, me and you having a job as women, like things that we don't even think about no more. Things that I get up and I get to go buy my own stuff, like that. There are people who don't have anything. Even the poorest of the poor in America is rich to people of Cuba, right? And I mentioned Cuba a lot because they just came out of their what was
dictatorship?
Yeah, whatever the hell they got going on over there. Some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. It's sad. Like, these people don't got nothing. And, they look at even the poor people here like, wow, y'all rich.
And then you got Nicki Minaj talking about, I can't believe you didn't treat me like a human being.
Hey, let me tell you something.
The way that she was talking, you would have thought that they stripped her naked and hosed her down.
I was gonna say, like, but I get it, right? Because you a female. Right. And you
someone of status.
You a black female in a different country. Yeah. Surrounded by a bunch of white men cops. Right. And you're alone. You have no people, right? So, and I know what it's like to be arrested, to be alone, and to feel like that, right? So, but it's kind of silly because, like, it's silly from my perspective because when everything she's talking about, to me, it's like, yes, Nicki.
That's a normal procedure.
That's what happens. Yeah. I was gonna say, you get treated like an animal pretty much. And not to say that is right or wrong here in America. You could say it's right or wrong because we're in America. But if you really take everything, like, put yourself out of your mind of the Western culture for a second. Right. And if you get arrested anywhere in the world, really, you're right. You get treated like a dog no matter who you are, what you know. Yeah. Unless you could know some serious, powerful people. And there's not many people who can do that.
That's very true.
So it's like when she described that, I'm like, girl, I know.
Her privilege didn't work for her. And that's really what it was. Like, your privilege didn't work for you. Yeah. And now you're so shocked, flabbergasted at the fact that this could happen to you. Yes, Nicki, it can and it did.
Yeah. Like, and it's also funny because, like, a lot of people were like, the Nicki fans were like, oh, just put yourself in her position. She's in a different country. Maybe she thought she was getting extorted. Guys, she's not going to Haiti. All right, she's in the Netherlands. Like, it's not a third world country.
Yo, like, literally.
It's just funny to me.
Literally.
I just thought the whole thing, and then her live streaming it. I'm like, oh my God, could we not just be so American sometimes?
Yeah,
that's so American.
Like, we're being very American. All right, let's calm down.
It's so funny to me. It really is. And then to see poor Nicki sit in that damn van like a regular girl.
Yeah, she was tight when they shut those doors.
I ain't gonna hold you.
And they weren't even aggressive with it. They weren't.
That door was aggressive. I
don't think it was aggressive. He did it normal. I just think it's just the idea that Nicki Minaj could be really sitting in this van and being arrested right now.
Hey, first of all, if you want to look at the fucking van, that van's a nice motherfucking van. You ever been behind the back seat of a cop car?
That's you.
That shit. That shit is run down, tight, and nasty, okay? All right.
Yeah.
That shit was nice. It was like they had like first of all, what the fuck is that? They have like a bus where they
But even that is already showing the difference between you and Nicki Minaj. Like literally, like
that's what I'm saying. I felt
I mean,
like
you still getting arrested, but at least the van looked cute. Like it looked posh. It looked a little put together. Like you wasn't squeezed up.
you
in the
got
back.
space.
You had leg room. Like you was getting arrested luxuriously.
Hold on. You had your phone, sis.
Yo,
You had your phone, sis.
That's true.
I ain't had no phone.
She said,
You know
I had no phone.
You know what?
You
they
don't
say?
know what it's like. Bitch, you don't know what it's like.
Yo, I ain't had no phone to record.
Shit, I was in the trenches, bitch.
Yeah.
You not.
They said, give me your passcode. What? No. I didn't give them my passcode. I didn't give them.
Damn.
Yeah, thank God.
Why did they need your passcode? That's weird.
They were okay, brain fart. You got me with that one. That was before Face ID, thank God.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they're legally allowed to do that, but anyways, that was before Face ID. So when Face ID came for like when you look at the phone and your phone opens up with your face recognition, that's the one. Before that, when it first came out, I was sketched out. I was like immediately like, oh hell no, then the cops are gonna get me. Because you arrested. First of all, she had her hand, she had her phone. Like, damn girl, you want to talk about treating like a dog, that girl.
That's what I'm saying, but that's showing the privilege again, like showing your level of status, because you're over here talking about I wasn't treated like a human being, and like I don't know. And there's just one tweet that she had tweeted where she said, now they said they found weed and that another group of people have to come here to weigh the pre-rolls. Keep in mind they took my bags without my consent. My security has already advised them the pre-rolls belong to him. Oh yeah, and the pilot wants me to take my IG post down. So I don't know.
Okay, so to describe or to kind of explain the pilot trying to take the IG post down, at the end of the day, right, how it works is when you go to different countries and you're of status and you get involved with the political, these countries want to keep their names clean, just like your business, right? So like the Netherlands don't want you to think that if you come to the Netherlands, they're racist. It affects tourism and stuff like that. So like you guys got to remember, we are in America. So for her to say like, oh, they took my bag without my consent. Yeah, honey. Like they took my phone and my watch and my clothes.
You still had your phone.
Right. Like, like they take a lot of things without consent, because at the end of the day, when you do a crime, you give your rights to the country at that point. Unfortunately, that's just what it is. So,
unfortunately.
That's to teach people to not do things don't get in trouble out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for me and you, let's just use this as an example. Us going to Dubai. I would love to go to Dubai, and maybe one day, but I feel like I have to be in a right set of mind, right? Because at the end of the day, we're women and we're gay. So, I'm gay, so.
I mean, I'm with you. So what the fuck?
Well, whatever. So, like, I don't want to, there's just rules. You got to respect the rules, because at the end of the day, I have my beliefs, but I live in America for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't live in Dubai, so I have to respect that. And I feel like that's the same thing with everyone else. And, so we have to remember that, like, the pilots doing that is for a reason. I'm sure they're weighing it because they have to figure out whether you carried enough to charge you with other charges, which is the procedure, which I believe, honestly, that when they said that that's the procedure that they would do with anybody, I believe it. Because clearly her privilege didn't work when she got arrested. Obviously, they're going to go with the full thing. Like, the privilege is not working, honey. If it was me or you, we would have been going through the same thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So what's funny is that, the day when Nicki actually got arrested, fucking Cardi B tweeted, "Don't drop the soap," laughing emoji. A bunch of laughing emojis.
Is that real?
Yeah. And it was posted at 10:17 a.m. And it was May 25th, the same day she got arrested, and she had deleted it. So it was a tweet and delete. But you know how the internet is. The Barbs caught that shit very quick. Everybody caught that shit and thought, is she being like shady towards Nicki Minaj? And I'm like, damn, Cardi, where is your Finsta? Where is your fake Twitter account? Like, you cannot be posting this shit on your main page.
If that's real, that's funny.
It was real.
Yo, for real?
Yes. And she deleted it. But people, they screenshot, they see that shit real quick. They thought, yeah, like she's being shady to Nicki Minaj. I'm like, damn, yo.
That's funny. I ain't gonna hold you.
Damn, yo.
This whole situation's mad funny to me. And I'm not clowning on Nicki because at the end of the day, honestly, I would have much rather been fucking seeing Diddy get arrested than fucking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just to bring it back to the question here, because really, right?
How you get arrested before Diddy?
No, for real.
Over some pre-rolls.
Over.
Knowing damn well this man has fucking wreaked chaos and havoc on so many people. And wasn't there, didn't you tell me that he was smuggling through Ciroc?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, like, there's just,
he's doing big drug smuggling, and you talk about some pre-rolls.
He's allegedly, and Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, all these people are behind this as well. Allegedly, what they do is they liquefy, the white snow, and they
cocaine.
I don't know if we can say that online.
Yeah, we can.
They liquefy that, and then they put it in Ciroc bottles, and they push it, and that's some big time shit, yo. But poor Nicki gets arrested. You know what?
Over some damn pre-rolls, and they doing some big fucking Breaking Bad shit.
Yo, for real. Nah, sing that song you was singing.
Nicki locked up, they won't let her out. They won't let her out. Nicki locked up, won't let her out. Won't let her out. Let me stop. They let her out.
Yeah, 6 hours. It's more than me. I mean, less than me, so she good.
Yeah.
She good, but I get it. Because, like, at the end of the day, right, you know me, I'm very, like, I could put myself in other people's shoes. And I get it. Like, I can't blame her, right, for having this entitled attitude because, hello, you're Nicki Minaj, so
you're
you get
used to a certain lifestyle.
Correct.
Right.
I really do get it. And then I get being, as a woman, scared. Like, I would be scared, too. I would be scared, too.
You don't got nobody out there with you like
right.
that, right?
And you know damn well out here, her man's is in the boonies doing God knows what.
In the boonies.
You know, so, like, clearly when you're doing shit like that, your perception and your interactions with cops are never good.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, you know, she has that to her, also with the race. And then we also got to remember she's human. And then also, like, she's Nicki, so she likes to play victim a lot too. So it's like all these things happening at once. I get it. I get the whole live stream, you know, even though it's very American of us, you know, I get all of that. But to me, it's just funny because, like, poor Nicki, yo. Like, out of and pre-rolls.
Free Nicki, even though she out already. Free Nicki. So she did go on and she did say that, you know, even after they had put out a press release saying that she was no longer detained, she went on and she said, I was still detained even after that. So she was like, when they put out that press release that I was released, I was still in the building. They were doing maybe damage control. I don't know. And then that was pretty much it when she got asked about it afterwards. Yeah. And then she said she didn't want to give any more energy to that because she just wants to do what she has to do for her fans. And then that was it.
Yeah.
People were really upset when they heard that, like, her shows were canceled and that, you know, she was no longer going to go.
I mean, you got to remember, right? Like, these fans, first of all, she has diehard fans.
Diehard.
Right? And these people, anybody close to that arena was flying in from different places.
Yeah.
All to get shit canceled. And at the end of the day,
even if you get your money back, it's still, like, annoying.
I get it from all angles. Right? Because Nicki did this because clearly she's used to this behavior. It's not her first time. She's probably brought joints on her bag. And let's be honest, it's probably never been a thing before. And it just takes that one time to ruin everything, ruin that, right?
Right.
So you got the business aspect of it being canceled. You know, how long it takes to fucking book out an arena. Like, that's a lot of legal shit that goes on behind the scenes. Then you got to reimburse all the fans. You're losing money.
Right.
Then, you know, you got all this bullshit going on with, like, as fans, right? Now you disappoint your fans and your fans are mad. Like, I get it. But at the end of the day, y'all, like, this is a learning lesson for Nicki to, like, just is joints really, like, it's not that deep, right? It shouldn't be that deep.
Some people it is, though. That's why Burna Boy turned down performing in Dubai.
To be honest, it's deep for me too, so I get it. I get it, yo. I
so
get
you
it.
talking about it's not that deep, girl.
But if I had to, Man, I don't know.
you wouldn't. If I feel like if you were already of status and you knew
Hell yeah,
that
I'd be
you
doing it. I'm bringing my shit.
couldn't smoke and and do all of that, you wouldn't even go. No matter how much
Yeah.
money you were getting paid.
I don't
'cause
know.
You
I
really
would-
smoke all the time.
Yeah.
You smoke when you wake up, lunch break, nighttime, drive. You always be smoking.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
And like I said, I get it, right? Like I understand, bringing a couple joints to a different country. Like I get that. I really do. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's a lesson and it's unfortunate. Like that's how I feel. Like you're gonna do those things, you're just gonna get unlucky. It's just one of those things. I say it to Tiana all the time. Like in that lifestyle, I've completely like turned a new leaf. But still, when you think about things like that, you live a lifestyle and all it takes is one time. All it takes is one time, and thankfully it was just soft drugs, according to
Soft
them.
drugs.
Yeah,
Like
that's
what
funny.
the hell is a soft drug?
Yeah, so I mean, and the whole political thing, y'all gotta understand. Also, it's just the way it is. It's the way it is. If you're someone of status, these political people come into play. They want to show face. They want to save face, and that's how where I learned that from. That video, when I was watching Arab when he got arrested. I mean, when he got kidnapped, it was a big thing. Like him. Tweeting about there's this YouTuber who got kidnapped in Haiti, doing dumb shit. He should have never been there. But point is, he eventually got out. He tweeted about how Haiti's the worst country in the world because they had kidnapped him again after freeing the first time. And then like all these political people, because he has such power on the internet, all these political people were like trying to hold him back now because of his tweet and trying to like make his life even worse. And it's like, that's when I really learned like, you got to be very selective with how you use your power, especially in different countries, because you could shoot yourself in the foot when you tweet and shit like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can claim racism here and you can do all that here.
Right.
But when you're outside in these different countries and it becomes political, it's a touchy subject. And honestly, like I said, like we said, you're not in America, honey. Like you just got to play the game. I don't know if Nicki plays the game.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much it. Do you have anything else to say? I don't have anything else to say about this.
No. I'm glad that Nicki's out.
Right. Me too.
Poor girl.
Poor Nicki.
Poor Nicki.
I'm glad that she's out too. I'm glad everything worked out. At the end of the day, now she's home with her kid.
She's gonna leave the rest to God. I love that.
All right. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. So,
yeah. I mean, and that's it. We're keeping this one short.
Right.
We're keeping this one short, guys, this week. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's hard, and I like to humanize us. The same way we talk about these people.
Mm-hmm.
We're human, two-man team.
Right.
So sometimes we need a break too. So we're keeping this short. We're keeping it cute.
We're keeping it cute.
We're here for a good time,
not a
long
long time.
You know what I'm saying? So please do us a favor and hit the like button, share it. Go back and listen to some other ones. Tell us your opinion on Nicki being arrested.
Right.
Are
are you the diehard Barb that's like free Nicki, or are you like, yeah, she should have known better?
Right.
Like, which one are you? What is your thought? Comment that below. Tell us what you think. Maybe there's something we missed that you have more information that you can add to the conversation. Definitely let us know.
Yeah.
So where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram. That's JESSI.strange. And where can they find you, Tiana?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Randomania1. You guys can find us on Instagram at The Petty Headquarters. We release episodes every Tuesday at 4 p.m. We're on Spotify, Apple, all of the podcast platforms. If you want to watch visual episodes, we are on YouTube, Petty Headquarters. And with that being said, this was your weekly dose of mess.
Peace.